na lang po during that time, actually up to present, wala kaming official records from AMLAC. Siyempre, kung wala tayong official records, how will we properly review kung ano ba yung mga allegations talaga nila? Ngayon, we are directly denying it na kasi repeating na masyado yung questions tapos parang nagkaka-political spin na So despite us not receiving, yan, sinabi naman po ni Attorney Danao na Attorney Mans is refuting yung 6 billion na claim.
Last na lang. Meron ba tayong record, sir, nung sinabi mo na merong error on the part of BPI dun sa 2 billion or it's just based on just reports and...
Oh, doon sa kopya na nakuha namin from the internet, doon sa kung yun yung AMLAC report na sinabit sa House, portion po ron, hanapin nyo, sa bandang dulo. Sa portion ni Attorney Mans. That the AMLAC, that the BPI sent a clarificatory letter to the AMLAC sometime in April, early last month, that stating that the 2 billion amount initially reported was a system glitch. And the true transaction amount was only 2M more or less. Andun po yun. Kung binigyan kayo, kasi balita namin, binigyan ng media ang kopya ng AMLAC, na, which I think, as a lawyer, I have to warn na even under the AMLA, the media is being prohibited. Okay? Next slide. It's being prohibited. Hindi nga, kasi nga wala naman kaming kopya ng AMLAC
Stating na you saw this on social media, it was posted and made clarificatory letter. Did you confirm to the BPI if indeed they sent a clarification letter din sa AMLAC?
So I think before we do that, we have to have a copy of the AMLAC report to be able to confront BPI kung talaga meron silang ganong klaseng report. But as I said, on that report itself, meron na pong nakalagay doon na statement ang BPI. Diba? So kung talagang totoo or gusto lang ipalabas yung totoo, diba? Pwede lang i-cite yun Diba? So, yeah, ano mo yung section na next slide. I just want to emphasize that under sa batas ng AMLA, section 16. Next. Yeah. Section 14, sorry. Next. Yan. Okay. We have to be careful, kasi marami din akong kaibigan sa media. You have to be careful in citing the AMLAC report. Okay? Because even in section 14D, in case of a breach of confidentiality that is published or reported by media, the responsible reporter, writer, president, publisher, manager shall be liable under the act. Kaya nga po sinasabi ng batas, hindi pwedeng ilantad. Pag hindi pwedeng ilantad, mas hindi pwedeng ipakita ng media yung mga alleged bank transaction reports. Dahil mismo sa batas po, diba, pinagbabawalan ang media na i-code, pakita yung mga transaction na yun. Diba? Well, this is the law, It may be argued that it's against the freedom of speech expression, but until it is challenged before the Supreme Court, it should be observed by all. So let's be cautious po, because I know you're doing your job, but of course we have to be also careful. Thank you.
Five cases against those media establishments who have shown those
Mag-comment lang ako dun sa previous muna. So baka kasi isip nyo, tinitreaten namin yung media We are simply just showing this and sharing to everyone. You have to remember, hindi po kami yung author ng batas na yan. Yung Congress po yung gumawa niyan. So we are just reminding everyone na may ganyang provision kasi because of what's happening now, baka hindi lang banking sector yung magka-problem, maybe even the media sector because of this provision. Kasi kung saan-saan na lang po pinapakalat yung information . So yan lang po gusto ko lang emphasize. This is not us. This is not from us. This is from Congress. We are simply sharing with everyone.
I'll answer that. Attorney Mans has not and has no intention to file any case against the media. Okay? So we know that you're doing your job only and you may have missed, dahil hindi naman po lahat ng media is are also lawyers, no, but we understand that, but we're just trying to caution you now, no. Medyo hinay-hinay po tayo dahil sabi ko nga, kung hindi kami, baka yung iba. Di ba? Baka sa may mga ibang panahon na meron kayong ilabas din. So at least we're trying to educate the media that there is such a provision of the law.
Well, actually, Attorney, this is a very healthy exchange of views, no? Mabuti na narinig mo yung mga questions from media because these are the questions you have to answer also eventually. I just have one question. Yung Bangladesh, remember, and RCBC is happening years ago. Anong learnings doon? And how does it apply to the situation now? If you recall.
Well, if I yung Bangladesh, yung ba yung merong ginamit yung banking system, no? Okay? Sa RCBC ba yun? Okay. So, I think, in a way, no, in any scandal involving the banking industry, okay, it will cause some panic, di ba? Tulad nun, nung nangyari yon, it created some panic sa RCBC Bank. But fortunately, na-arrest, no? That is what we want to prevent, di ba? If, as sabi ko kanina, kung kaya lang gawin ito sa isang abogado na asawa ng isang mataas na opisyal ng gobyerno, di ba? Pwede lang gawin ito sa kahit na kaninong tao, which may create, a lack of confidence in the banking industry. Di ba? Kasi kahit na sino pala pwedeng makita o masilip at mabuyanyag ang kanyang mga transaksyon sa bangko, which we do not want to happen. Okay? Attorney Mans, as I said, is doing this not only to protect his rights and interests as a private citizen, but more so to protect and preserve the confidentiality of bank records, which is the cornerstone of the banking industry. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, please.
Morning, sir. Dandanan to po, Bendy. Ngayong buntag, third. Attorney, UNTV. Attorney, have you sought na po ba ng clarification from BPI doon sa alleged error po?
No. No, because as I said, no, until we have the real document showing that, I think it's premature for us to cite or to write the BPI on a document na hindi pa kami binibigyan until now. Nag-request kami sa Committee on Justice last week. Diba? But as I said, wala pa silang reply. Although they replied na it's under consideration, but wala pa palang approval for us to be given a copy.
Sir,
If I may add lang doon. Kung napansin niyo yung discussion natin lahat ngayon, nagbe-base on a mere scrap of paper na hindi nga verified. So yung point ko lang po dito, hopefully like this. So yung point ko lang po dito, hopefully you understand how unreasonable the situation now is. Diba, it is an unsigned document, hindi na natin sure kung totoo ba talaga, pero nagiging mainstream news na siya for the last 2 weeks. That is why kung napansin nyo, very lang kami kung ano yung rule of law. We wait for the official document, we will comment, pero since nagiging political propaganda na siya, we decided today to address directly yung 6 billion na tinatapon na issue. But again, hopefully you understand nga po how unreasonable the situation na ngayon currently na wala pang signed document pero nagiging mainstream news na siya.
sir, sorry.
Morning po, gentlemen. Nico po from JNM. Kung sakali po, gentlemen, kung sakali lang naman, magtuloy-tuloy po itong impeachment trial papunta sa Senate, will you be open? And if in case isama po nila itong mga back accounts ni Attorney Manska party, would you be willing po to submit po sa kanila and mag-public?
So yung position po kasi namin, yung very basic rules of procedure, si Attorney Mans is not a party to the case. And if you look at also the jurisprudence and the rules on impeachment, impeachable officer yung respondent to an impeachment case. So currently, the prosecution will have the burden to show na hindi unconstitutional yun pag ipatawag nilang isang private individual. Pero kami naman, pag makita nilang constitutional ginagawa nila, hindi illegal, hindi naman kami takot mag-comply and mag-respond. Basta yung sa amin, pakita muna nila na hindi illegal yung ginagawa constitutional.
Follow up on that, attorney. Parang wala pong compelling reason yung state to ask yung ano?
No, because they need to balance. That's what was discussed in the Duterte versus HOR case. Therefore, hindi absolute yung power nila ng accountability of public officers. Diba? Kasi may right to privacy din po ng individuals eh. Kasi if we follow that logic na right to accountability of public officers is absolute, kahit sino lang pwede nila pasampina. Kahit hindi asawa ng VP. Nakikita po ba ninyo how unreasonable that situation is? Kaya yung sa amin lang, we will follow the rule of law, the rule of just law, and we will respond accordingly in the proper venue.
Isa na lang po, with your indulgence po, sirs. Parang reality shows lang naman. Kaano po kayo nagtitiwala na the case will prosper? Considering you're filing, alam naman natin kung sino ang may hawak ng prosecutor's office under the Department of Justice. Usually, ganun naman, hindi naman sure ano yan, yung iba inuupuan para lang hindi mag-prosper yung case. Thank
Well,
you po.
kami naman po ay naniniwala pa rin na ang ating mga piskal may paninindigan, no? Ngayon, kung yung pag-file naman po namin, nasa batas naman yan, di ba? So, we do hope, no, of course, that they will see it the way we see it, di ba? Na makita nila na may violation nga nung Anti-Money Laundering Law, ng Bank Secrecy Law, tsaka nung Data Privacy Act, di ba? We have to believe, no, that our justice system still works despite the heavy political circus in our country today, no? Because that is the rule of law. No? Kung meron kang agrabyado ka, daanin mo sa tamang sistema. You cannot take the law into your own hands. That's what we're saying. Kaya nga po nagpapile kami ng kaso dahil may nakita kaming mali, di ba? May nakita kaming violasyon sa batas, file kami ng kaso. That is what we're doing. Okay? We do not take the law into our hands and go trial by publicity. Okay? What we're saying is that we have to believe that our justice system and those who work within our justice system are upright and righteous, that they cannot be persuaded by any political leaning or political harassment. Because if we do not believe that, then wala na po tayong rule of law. Magiging mob rule na tayo. Diba? Thank you.
Well, thank you, Attorney, for reminding us to put our trust in the justice system. Question lang, this may sound speculative, pero what are the chances of this going up to the Senate hearing? Ano kasi mo?
Well, we don't want to speculate, no? But I think the camp of Bibi Sara has always been saying that they are ready, no, to face it. And when it comes to the Senate, then their lawyers are ready to face the music.
Okay, I think we have covered, no, all the important points. Wait a minute. Sige, kayo po. Sige, saka muna. Sige.
Arlie Calalo from Manila Times. So talking about sir dun sa sealed BIR box, do you think may violation pa rin na commit yung House lawmakers even though it was unanimously voted not to open it? And ang alam ko yata nandun pa sa possession nila yung box. Was it right?
Yeah, so kung nakita po niyo sino yung panyero, si Attorney Kim Henares, may legal position din siya na may violation na, di ba? Yung mere delivery. Pero yung sa amin, more on sa confidentiality kami. Yung talagang gusto namin maprotektahan. Since hindi naman nila in-open yung box, therefore there is no violation of confidentiality.
Is it true that the box is still in their possession?
That's beyond our personal knowledge.
If that be,
Sir, paulit lang natin kasi hindi na po recording kami.
So yung
Guys, palipan na lang ng mic.
Anyway, no,
Okay na.
Ayan. Hello.
Balik na.
Good morning. Okay. So as to the question, yung kay Attorney Henares, position niya is the mere delivery already violated the confidentiality provisions of the NIRC. Pero yung sa amin, mas important yung actual confidentiality, yung whether or not na-disclose ba yung sensitive personal information. So at present, wala namang na-disclose So, okay lang kami. Observing lang kami at present.
Profession pa rin yun ng committee.
Well,
They may open it without your.
that's speculative.
That's, well,
Yung sa amin kasi, that's why we do not want to dwell too much on speculative discussion. Kasi yung sa amin, rule of law, ayaw namin makisama sa political noise as much as possible.
last question na lang, sir, last question sa akin. Given, sir, yung AMLAC and then banks secrecy laws, it appears na walang exception, di ba? But the lawmakers from the House, they're claiming that they're doing it because that's impeachment. There is an impeachment complaint.
Sagutin ko na, attorney, yung sa AMLA. Yung sa AMLA, kung makita nyo kanina yung section 8A, wala namang exception si Knight dun eh. If you read the entire RA 9160 as amended, there's no exceptions.
Impeachment is not an exception.
Sa AMLA, wala. So currently, position namin, absolute yung confidentiality. So baka sisihin nyo naman si Attorney Mans. We have to remember, yung authors po niyan is Congress. Attorney Mans is simply enforcing the rights given to him by Congress.
Just in case, I'll just add to that. So remember, sabi ko kanina, tatlo po yung pinalakaso, di ba, namin. Violation ng AMLA, violation ng Bank Secrecy Law, violation ng... Violation ng... Violation ng Data Privacy Act. Okay? So, siguro nga sasabi ni Atty. Neil, pag basahin niyo yung RA 9160 yung AMLA, yung section 68 ng wala pong exception doon ng impeachment. Okay? Sa Bank Secrecy Law, ito, pangalawang task na. So, pwedeng may exception impeachment. Okay? Pero alalahan niyo po, hindi naman sila nag-inquire sa bangko. Di ba? Sinong sinagpinan nila? Bangko ba? Hindi, di ba? AMLA ang pinasagpinan nila. Di ba? So, anong batas na eh? Yung AMLA, no? Kung gusto nila na ang bangko mag-disclose, bakit hindi ginamit nila yung Bank Secrecy Law na may exception? Bakit hindi nila sinagpinan ng bangko? Para masabi ng impeachment. Yan. Di ba? Hindi eh. Di ba? Bakit AMLA ang sinagpinan nila? And remember, yung AMLA director na nag-appear, kakapoy lang April 13. Di ba? Nag-assume ng position April 14. Sinagpinan ng April 15. Na-receive yung sagpinan April 16 ng hapon. Di ba? And within less than 3 working days, nakapagsabit na raw siya ng report before April 2022 for the 20 years. Diba? They're so efficient. Diba? For 20 years of the different bank accounts now, the BP, nagawa nila within 3 working days na makalap ang mga records na yan and makagawa na ilang pages sa akin. 20 pages ba? Oh. Diba? Ano yung sabihin no? Diba? Bakit kailangan taga-AMLA ang isang nila? Bakit hindi mga bangko? Diba? Dahil hindi na pwede gamitin ang bangko. Diba? Kasi sa mga kaso ng impeachment cases, it was only the Senate that issued the subpoena para sa mga bank record. Dahil nga, andun sa exception, bank secrecy law. So bakit kailangan ang lang patawag nila? Kakapoy pa lang yung tao. So yun po, siguro maganda itanong mo.
Just in case dali ng salya ng Senate for the impeachment trial. Okay. Do you intend to file?
IPR yan, no?
Yes, right.
Haharangin niyo po. I think that if nasa Senado na yun, I think that would be the option of the lawyers. Because as I said, actually kami, meron kami pinal sa RTCQC, di ba? TRO against the production of those IPRs. Di ba? Na-deny lang, but fortunately nga, sinil naman. Okay? So, but kung dadalhin na po sa Senado, kung doon na gusto nilang ibuksan, I think the lawyers of BP Sara can adequately protect the rights of people. Bahala na sila. Kasi kami naman, di naman parte ng impeachment si Atty. Mans.
Sorry sir, waiting ko lang. Sabi ni Atty. Sean Joc, no? Siya pwedeng, hindi pwede yung argument na private citizen si Atty. Mans. Kasi conjugal yung properties nilang mag-asawa. under the Philippine law. Kaya, pwede i-compel dito sa mga siya. What's your response to that?
Well, we respect his opinion, but we have a different legal position. So we're talking about the right to privacy, civil to privacy. Therefore, they have the burden to clearly show to us na yun ganun lang kasimple yung argument niya para makakompel to produce certain documents, confidential documents from a private citizen.
Idagdag ko lang kasi usapan natin ito bank records, bank information. Pag nagpunta ka sa bangko, kung tanungin mo ng bangko, yung account ng asawa mo, na hindi ka naman o deposito, di ba? Papayagan ng bangko. No? Di ba? Hindi, kasi hindi ka naman account. So bank accounts are treated differently when it comes to disclosure of bank. Mas stricto po ang bangko. Hindi kinakalam nilang asawa ka. Pag yung account na gusto mong tignan, hindi naman ikaw, sa'yo. Di ba? Gusto na asawa mo yan. Gusto na mahal mo yung asawa mo. Hindi ka magbibigyan ng bangko. Diba? Subukan nyo ako. Subukan ko. Hindi ko pwedeng tignan. Hindi na sasabihin sa'yo magkang paraan silang asawa ko. Di ba?
So you're saying, sir, kahit mag-asawa sila, hindi pwedeng bulat natin.
Yes, because the bank street, bank information, more stricter in any other information. Kaya ako sinasabi ko din the bank industry, the cornerstone of it is confidentiality. Diba? If you break that confidentiality, you lose the trust of the public to our banks. And what will happen to our banks? It will die. Mamamatay ang banking industry natin. Dahil wala na palang tiwala ako sa bangko na yan.
Kamusta ngayon sa Attorney Manscar? Kapag nakakausap niyo, the position niya,
He's in good spirit naman because as I said, he's a private citizen and he's doing this to preserve his privacy.
And Attorney Mans is a practicing lawyer, so he knows his rights.
Last pahabol. Mas okay ba kay Attorney Mans na mag-proper o mag-push through yung impeachment sa Senate kasi parang doon mas fair yung laban?
That's parang political na nakasya.
Yeah. That's politics.
So, yung sa amin dito, we will just answer, mapakita nila kung ano yung legal basis, constitutional basis. Kasi yung pinaka-point lang talaga dito, we're following the rule of law. They were not afraid to answer the proper venue as long as they can show us the legal basis.
Yung pong paliwanag ng dalawang abogado rito, malinaw po, detalyado talaga At sang-ayon sa rule of law. At sa tingin ko, yung taong mapuro lang ulo lang ay hindi nakakaintindi, saka yung taong ayaw talaga na umintindi. Ako po, walang bibigay ng tanong, pero meron mo akong kapirasong sasabihin namin. Ito pong pangyayari nito na na-involve po si Atty. Carpio. Hindi naman mangyayari kung hindi dahil sa impeachment kay Vice President Baby Sara. So, kaya po nangyayari kasi po tayo nabubuhay ngayon sa panahon na ang maraming mambabatas at maraming mga politiko, mga opisyal ng gobyerno, ay talaga puro buhaya na at saka talaga alahula na. Mismong batas, pinasalahula na. Yun na po, wala po akong tanong.
Okay, any more questions? Any more? Okay.
Last question. Sir, ito po lang sinabi ni Representative Joel and Representative Jokino. They cited the parliamentary immunity of the congressional members. And then, ano pong masasabi po natin dito na wala pong pwedeng sa kanila na pwedeng questioning or be held liable.
Anyway, we respect that opinion or that position of our congressman. Pero ang nasabi ko namin dito, di ba? Ang parating sinasabi nila, kailangan may managot. Managot daw si Bibi Sara. Di ba? And ngayon, pag silang pinasuhan, anong sabi nila? Immune. Yung sabihin, hindi kami pwede managot. Di ba? So pag si Bibi Sara, managot ka. Kami, hindi kami pwede managot. Pero, di ba si VP Sara, mas mataas sa mga congressman. So if they're claiming parliamentary immunity, remember, the Vice President has also the immunity akin to a president. Like, President waiting siya. So whatever immunity the President, the Vice President can also invoke. So with more reason, kung sinasabing immune sila, hindi ba dapat mas immunity sa pero hindi yun eh. Sinasabi dito namin, kung lumabag ka sa batas, di ba? Mapabatas ka man o hindi, dapat managot ka. Pantay-pantay. Hindi pwedeng pag kumain ka, special ensaymada sa kanila. Tayo, pagliko mo. Di ba? Although, masarap ang special ensaymada rin. Pilagi. Ha? So, di ba? Dapat, pag naglumabag ka sa batas, managot ka. Kasi mali na naman sa batas, di ba? So, hindi na sasabi namin. Di ba? Sana all. Di ba? Pag lumabag ka, managot ka. Hindi pwedeng managot ka. Kami hindi.
May follow-up lang. Pwede mo na involve yung parliamentary immunity considering the selection.
Well, ang position namin, parliamentary immunity only applies to criminal cases arising out of your statement. Like cyber libel, perjury. Diba? But on a purely, academic discussion, kasi nga, diba, may kaso kami, academic discussion, you cannot hide from an immunity if the law itself prohibits you from doing something. Diba? Malinaw na po sa batas. And alam naman siguro nila yung batas na yun. Diba? So alam mo yung batas. Diba? Paano mo gumawa ng batas? Pero, hindi na bago yung batas. Diba? Kung pwede ba yun?
Okay, so we can put 1 hour. Okay, Wilson? Okay, can we have a last statement?
Again, thank you to Family Bakery. Sister, maging kapanuri tayo. Hindi po sinabi ng isang tao, ito, ay pamaniwala na natin. We have to dissect the source of the information, how it was acquired, and whether or not it is true or based on a factual basis sa isang dokumento o sa isang salaysay ng isang tao. So, we appeal to the media not to be used as a political propaganda by other persons in pursuit of their narrative to pin down an official of our government who was voted 32.2 million by voters. Itong mga kabila, yung nagsampa ng kaso, pag tinotal mo, nasa 15.2 million lang ang bumoto sa kanila. Diba? So you cannot say that they represent the will of the people because the will of the people resides with the people. And 32 million votes for VP Sara is a deafening point that she is backed by almost majority of the Filipino people. Thank you and magandang umaga sa inyo.
Okay, so thank you po to our host, Sir Wilson, and to all the media practitioners na nandito. Thank you for the time and for accepting our invitation. So ang masasabi ko lang, yung position talaga namin is simply rule of law, rule of justice law. There is a right way to do the right thing at the right time. So in other words, if Attorney Mans is ready to answer in the proper venue, hindi naman po siya nagtatago. And likewise, he will also enforce his rights kung may makikita po siyang binaviolate ng other individuals. Ganun lang po yung talaga namin, rule of law and rule of justice. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Dave will answer you later.
Picture.